Hello farmers, welcome back to East Vineland where I am racing the clock, or actually the weather, that is. I've been down here and guess what? The sugar beet harvest in the southeast corner of the big field is complete. This should be the last trailer load I'm bringing out of here. Already 8 full loads, which would equal 960,000 liters of sugar beet, cut sugar beet actually, up to our lovely little silo. And this should be the last load right here. So yeah, this field did yield rather well. I think we're going to be just shy of 1 million liters. I don't think there was 40,000. I mean, really just shy of 1 million liters. So the harvest is done down here. Yeah, I mean, I was hoping for maybe getting off 2 fields like 1.5 million. We're going to be closer to 2 million. So that is just great. I already got the John Deere down here. Frank already plowed the first sugar beet field that we harvested last episode. So now he's waiting for us to clear out the field here so he can get started on taking care of this one, so we can get all the stones picked on up. I've got the other soybean field half harvested. The combine's full, and I thought, well, just wait for the trailer to be free, which it will be in just a little bit. Let's go ahead and get the T8 off the field as well. I'll park it to the side. I'll just park this right over here. In about an hour or so, the rain should be here. I know it says noon, but sometimes the rain does start a little bit earlier. So I may only have like 45 minutes before the rain starts, or I could have an hour and a half, somewhere around the 12 o'clock hour. Actually, let's go over here and get the John Deere started plowing this field because, one, we have stones from the previous owner. So in order to get those up, I need to plow the field, but it's sugar beet, so I need to plow the field anyways because you can see in the bottom right-hand corner, it says weeds are growing, not that big of a deal. But it does need to be plowed because it was a root crop. So, might as well go ahead and plow it. Don't know how you're going to do the corner there, Frank, or whoever is going to be doing the job. Let's see, crate job. Yeah, we need this field here. And then go this way. 3 headlands would be good. Give him a second here. Perfect. At least I think it's perfect. Put the plow on down. Wasn't that long ago I bought the John Deere. I'm like, do I really need it? And you know what? It's coming very, very handy. And looks like Francine is going to be the one plowing this field down here, which is fine by me. She always does a great job. Let's go grab our Mack truck. And yeah, so do I have 40,000 liters? I don't know if I got 40,000 liters. I don't remember how much was actually left in the sugar beet cutter at the mother bin. But like I said, I've already brought in 8 loads, which is 960,000. Oh, look at that, 41,000. So we did get over 1 million liters of sugar beet off that field. Great. I'm glad we got the silo because we can go ahead and dump this on into there. And store that on up and let the fuel refinery do what it needs to do. And as it needs it, we'll go ahead and put a load in now and then. Yeah, I've been cutting across these farmers' fields all morning long. Just try to cut down how much time it's taking me here. Because, yeah, the rain's coming and I want to get that soybean field finished, which we're going to get to next. And then we'll get a worker, I think, on the corn field. I don't know if Bill will finish that field or not before the rain gets here or not, but at least we'll get some of it done, if not all of it, and we can bring that down to the grain mill, and that can start being processed into some cracked corn. And in the meantime, I got to bring the T8 back up with the mother bin because I need the T8 to start getting up the straw, and I hope I can do that before the rain gets here. And I also need to get a worker started in the class area. I'm going to bring them over here with a stone picker, and they can start picking up the stones here in this, well, what once was a sugar beet field. Yeah, you can see this is freshly plowed, so it's all coming along nicely this morning. Getting a lot more work done than I thought I would before the rain got here. When I started last episode, I'm like, ooh, the rain's coming. How much can I get done? Maybe half of it, but we're getting along rather nicely. All right, let's go dump this on in, then we'll bring the truck on up to the combine. Combine's got a full load of soybean in it. So with over 2 million liters of sugar beet, cut sugar beet that we have to process this year, I'm guessing that would be enough for the pigs to get on for a full year. 400 pigs is what we have. And last year we had 900,000 liters of cut sugar beet made into pig food. And we made it through about 6 or 7 months of the year with the pig food that we have. So now we got more than double. I think we're going to be okay. Now let's go up here to this combine. We'll unload it. I will get a worker started picking up the stones here, and then we'll finish up the soybean harvest here. And then, of course, that's our cornfield to the left. But we do have a decent-sized header for the combine, so I don't think it's going to take too long. Okay, we'll park this here. Fire that up and let it unload. And while that's unloading, where is my class tractor? There it is. Drop off the fertilizer spreader. We don't need that. Maybe go top this off with some fuel. No stones in the picker, so I did empty it last time, which is good. The grass fields, not too concerned if I get to them this month. This grass field here, we do need to buy a tedder because this grass field here will be, you know, in the future, if we were staying here, would be for making hay bales for the sheep. And the other grass field will just be to make silage to make money off of it. I wonder how much fuel I got left in my, 2,000 liters of fuel. That can get us on by. But we're going to get plenty of fuel from refining that cut sugar beet. But I want to take all the fuel that's in there tomorrow in the month of November, bring that on down and sell it so we can have some money and start putting a fence line down here for the farm, throwing in some lights. I don't think we need any more sheds, honestly. I think we got it pretty much covered. Alright, so now we're here. Let's go to create a job. No, wrong field. It needs to be this field here. Ooh, why is it only seeing that field? That is interesting. The other worker, when I did course play, it saw it as a whole field. Let me go to the other corner and see if it recognizes this as all one field. That was interesting. Yeah, so when I did the plowing up here with the John Deere, I started up in this corner, and it saw the whole field. Let's see what happens now coming up here. Okay, let's try this again. Now it sees that as a whole field. That is interesting. But I mean, whatever works. No, sorry, let's try that positioning again. I think that technically would be fine, but 3 headlands, yeah, sure. And let's get her started. And this does hold a lot of stones, so I don't think it's going to be too much of an issue. Well, Francine's down doing one field, so this could be Francesca. Alright, she's all set. She's off. She should be good to go. Good to go. She could even do that in the rain, I suppose. Alright, let's fold this on up. Feels kind of weird after doing that cut sugar beet. Then I empty 20,000 liters from the combine into that trailer. Looks like nothing. And so this will be the last harvest for this header. I'll have to bring the 710 on over and put the trailer on this so we can bring it on down to the farm later on. I think the 710 still has the trailer for the header on it. I just saw it. Oh, it's parked by the silo. I had to think for a second, like, where did I park that? Did not remember. Did not remember. So yeah, did anyone expect 2 million liters of cut sugar beet? or just plain old sugar beet off those 2 fields. That is a pretty darn good harvest. And that's going to bring us a lot of diesel fuel to sell, and that would have brought us a lot of compost to sell next year. I think we had, what, $550,000 worth of compost this year. So, since we got double the sugar beet to process, that would mean we got double the compost. So over $1 million worth of compost we would be able to sell next season, which means I could have bought a field or 2, depending on what we want to get. Well, actually, maybe just one really big field, because fields around here are expensive. I don't remember which one the biggest field is. The one we just harvested, that sugar beet field, that is, I think, one of the biggest, and that cost $850,000. So I got about, maybe, we'll just say about 40 more minutes before the rain gets here. So we should be able to finish up this harvest. And then, like I said, we're going to get the corn header on here, hire a worker to start harvesting the corn over there. And we're going to jump into the T8 and start baling up the straw and try to get it off the field before it rains. Can't really see. No, it is kind of cloudy out, so we'll get done what we can get done. The soybean, not a great use to us in these fields, other than resetting the crop rotation. But yeah, we can process this into some fuel and compost, some methane. Do I actually get a little bit of pig food out of this? I might be able to. For this field here, at least I kind of remembered the dead spots for the 60-foot header. One, which is the corner right there. As long as I harvest it, as you can see the swath I put down when I started it, I had no problem harvesting it that way. And I got one little spot on that knoll over there by the road that I missed, or the header kind of missed. Not that big of an area actually to be too concerned about. Overall, the 60-foot header has paid off well, especially when doing contracts. Got the contracts done a lot quicker. And of course, the least amount of swaths that you have, less time for your tractor to have to go around and, do some baling. Starting to feel a little sad, though, about East Vineland, knowing that it's coming to an end here. But really, with the amount of money we're going to have coming in, it is time to move on. Because at this point, we have all the equipment that we need, other than a tedder. And, of course, with a series where we couldn't lease anything, we have come a long ways. I mean, the only thing left that we could do is just buy more fields and duplicate the equipment that we have just to get work done a little bit quicker. But with Hinterland and Solyndra going along nicely, running 3 series at a time, probably not the best thing for me, along with all the other simulators that we got going on. And there's some other games coming out soon. But of course, we're running this series all the way to springtime. So I'm trying to figure out, I think a couple episodes ago I said maybe like 5 episodes, and it could be, we got one more episode after this, I'm sure, for, we got to cut the grass for hay and also silage. Then, of course, we'll have the winter sale. So at least 2 more episodes after this one. Like I said, we are going to take care of the fields as we were continuing on with the series. So that's why we're plowing fields and picking up stones. Now let's get this unloaded into the trailer, get that delivered to the fuel refinery. I'll leave the combine running because we got to bring the 710 up here with the trailer for the header. Get the header off this. And get the corn header on ASAP and start harvesting some corn. Then I'll teleport down and get the T8, bring the mother bin back. And then we can grab our baler and get this straw picked on up and put it into bales. So these two fields here don't need any work. And like I said, leave that running because I got to come back for that. So 42,114 liters of soybean off this field. Kind of the weird thing is, I remember buying this field and thinking this field's huge, but now with the other fields that we got, it doesn't seem as big as it once did. Of course, first plot of land we bought was this one right here on the left-hand side. Yep, 710 is right where I thought it was, after where I remembered it was. Right by the silo. So kind of the good thing now with the amount of sugar beet, or cut sugar beet we have, that'll be made into pig food. I can kind of keep the pigs now until they're almost max price. I'll just pull this out of the silo. That way I know it's empty. Actually, I'll just bring it over near the cornfield because that's the next crop that we're doing. Let's park this right here. Which way does that lean? Okay. So I got to bring that. Okay, just got to make sure I position this dolly the correct way. And we can see Francesca there in the class Arion picking up stones. And I should have no problem getting all the stones out that field. That can hold 20,000 liters of stones. Sorry. I've said it many times, not much traffic on this map, but there's always a car coming, it seems like, when I'm getting out into the road itself. So even though the 710 that we're in is the first piece of equipment that we bought, because we started with absolutely nothing, and didn't use it much after that because the class Arion came up for sale. We had enough money to buy that. Still got 5.5 hours on it, so it's not too bad. And let's position this kind of where it needs to be. Which is somewhere like right about there. Kind of weird and interesting how this header trailer system works. I remember the first time I got it, I was all confused in how this header worked for all the headers for the honeybee set. I can't remember, do I got to be on the harvester to pick that up, or do I got to be on the header to pick that up? And of course you got to be almost in the right spot. I do have the angle right, correct? Yes, I do. I thought I was just to the right of the track of the combine. I don't think the header has... Oh, I know what my problem is. I haven't folded the header in yet. Which is weird because it's hard to see what's holding it. Ah, there we go. And now if I click on that, that comes on up and attaches to the header. And And then we just got to get into the John Deere and get to the right spot. It was there. No, come on. Okay, a little bit forward. There we go. And now we are all set. I don't do it that often, so getting the header, excuse me, onto the dolly trailer itself can be a little finicky now and then. Of course, if I transported the trailer to every field, I'd probably be a pro at it by now. All right, let's go get the corn header and get this worker started. Try to stay off the road as much as I can when cars are coming because they take up more than my lane. Wait, I got a beacon. Kind of weird that there's a beacon in the back. Oh, there are two beacons in the front. I apologize. You just can't really see them because of the hopper bend on top of the combine kind of covers them on up. So all this corn is going to be made into cracked corn, which we can feed our chickens. And with the excess, of course, we can always sell it. I got plenty of fuel in the combines. We're all set there. And I think I'm going to start up in the other corner up by the road. Is what we're going to do. Of course, when I say we, I mean whoever's going to be in charge of harvesting the corn. And this is the last arable field that we got to harvest on the farm. And it's just the two grass fields. Fold the corn header itself. And actually though, when I do start up this harvester, I want to keep an eye on the RPMs of it. Just because I'm using the Fendt on hinterland, and every time you put the big this corn header on that harvester, the RPMs just like really peak out on it, even though I got a huge engine that harvester too. All right. Yep. Worker. Create job. This field here. Make sure it circles the whole field, which it does. Whoops. Nope. Target position. Boy, something's weird going on there. Let me try this over again. Create job. There we go. Now I got the arrow. Couldn't see it before. And then I think 2 headlands should be good for that header. Yeah, the RPMs on this combine don't seem as bad as on the Fendt. And the horsepower rating on both combines are about the same. Oh well. Alright, now that we're all set here, let's go ahead and hire ourselves a worker. And that'd be Frank, I suppose. Frank, you're missing a little bit here. Frank. Oh, well, all right, yeah, I'll get it myself later on. Just get done what we can get done here. Yeah, we're almost done plowing this field up here. But let me grab the T8. Bring the mother bend back to the farm. We'll wash it up because we're done with it. And then we'll park it on up. And then we'll get to baling up that straw from the soybean harvest. The one thing I haven't gotten used to yet on this mother bend is how fast the back end swings around. But this will not fit into our wash station, so I'll just leave it outside and have the hose come on out. And that back end swings rather quickly. Now Frank is kind of missing the headland a little bit, but it could have been the settings I put it on. As long as I get the bend kind of close here, because it's not like we actually have to get water everywhere. And I'm stuck in a water tanker. Can I? Oop, I was up. There we go. Not that it's that dirty. 53% damp. Oh, you know why? Because I probably never repaired it when I bought it on sale. And we'll give the T8 just a little bit of a rinse. Good enough. Yep, careful how you turn it, because that back end's going to clip something. So overall, the T8 did well with the mother bin. The only thing we could not get was a tractor or a truck that was able to really haul this thing when it was full of sugar beet. And as a few of you told me, with this mother bin, you need about 1,000 horsepower to actually haul this trailer around when it's full. Alright, there's the mother bin. And I think that's our worker for the sugar beet field plowing in the John Deere. And now I gotta remember where I parked the baler. I'm going to assume it's not here. It might be down in the bale shed. It appears that it must be. It's like a few pieces of my equipment are down here. Did not know the grain trailer was down here, which I originally was going to use to do the corn with. Where's my baler? Where did I leave my baler? Well, back up to the main farm, I parked the baler in an old parking spot that I used to put it in. And that's in the workshop. So we'll go grab that. But also I need to go over, before I get going on making straw bales, I gotta sneak in here with our truck and trailer and empty out the combine. Should be able to get all the corn in that trailer, I think. 120,000 liters. If I get more than that, that's great. More the merrier. Ah, there you are. Drove right past you. Okay, let's grab our truck. Well, I'm going to have to probably destroy a little bit of corn here, but that's all right. And I forgot if I got course play set on to not harvest while you unload. Oh, that's right. I don't have to get that close to you. Kind of forgot about that. You only got a 12-meter wide header. No, bring the auger back out there, Frank. Frank. Auger out. Thank you. But he's going to, once he starts unloading, I think he's going to go. Yep. Alright, so I'm going to have to turn around. He's not going to get too far because I only took out 1,000 liters. on, start unloading. Don't stop. Sweet. No, why did you... Frank, what are you doing? Me and Frank have not gotten along for quite a while now. He tends to do stuff like this just to irritate me, I think. I think he's having fun with it. Of course, what really happened there was, I think at the angle of the hill, the trailer probably got on the trigger area of the auger pipe, so didn't see a trailer there, so it folded the pipe in. Should be able to get the combine completely empty by the time we get down to the end. I mean, the combine holds 23,000 liters, and of course we have harvested some as we go along here. Alright, we'll have to call that good. So, it's probably got maybe like 4,000 or 5,000 liters of corn in there. I will get this out of the field, because I don't know where he's going to be turning around in the future. But I'll prepare ourselves. I would say tab. Okay, not many tabs to the T8. Let's go get this straw baled on up. Now the question is, what time is the rain going to actually appear? Trying to be nice by not going through the cornfield of my neighbor's farm. And of course the straw is for the pigs' bedding or any extra that we have after a while we can go ahead and sell. Don't really need it for anything other than the pigs' bedding. But hopefully this won't take me too long to get done. Question is, how far can I get before the combine's full again? And I'll be happy if I can get this field done here before that does happen.
I'm feeling way too low to start this night, but I wanna get to your bash. Last night you tried to make me angry, yeah, but this time I get you mad. Oh, don't need apologies enough for this. I'm burning for you. Can't get enough of the weekend. I wanna seize the night like I can't let go. Can't get enough of the weekend.
We're almost on cue as I kind of finish that field off right there. Frank is full of corn. He's full of something. Let's go ahead and help him on out. Frank, what are you doing in this field, man? Now you're missing like a whole... I'm guessing... Okay, I think I'm going to have to finish this field up myself. I'm guessing I didn't check on the working width. And that's why we missed like some of the headland. Let's go ahead and, yeah. Go ahead and just do that. And I need to get a little bit closer. And then I'll race the clock. Probably be quicker if I harvested the field anyways, because I won't turn around as much as courseplay might have to do. Yeah, I didn't have a... Usually courseplay, when you set up a field and you have an implement on it, it automatically detect the working width. but it seems to be off somehow. Happens once in a while. We got about 20 minutes left. Let me just double check the forecast, see if it's still noon. Sometimes the forecast can change. No, 12 o'clock, rain, so really in the next 3 minutes, it could start raining. But at least we got enough corn to be brought down and processed, so even though it's going to rain all the way to like 6 o'clock, the grain mill will have enough corn to get it that far. And if need be, I'll leave that straw in that field to quote-unquote dry, and we can always bale it in November. Shouldn't miss any corn in this field with this header. Never had a problem with this header missing things. I don't know, I say you know, the working width must have been wrong set up, but when I did the headlands, it didn't miss any except for the edge of the headlands. Oh well, I got some work done while Frank got the headlands done for us. So I have to see how much of the cracked corn I want to keep when it comes time to selling it. I don't even remember when the best time is to sell cracked corn. I want to say it's December/January because I think I did it once before. And I thought I was going to be short on cracked corn, but we never were. Chickens don't seem to go through it that much. Just go ahead and clear off the course place cycle here. Clear current course. That way we don't have to see the stop sign and go sign in the air. If the rain does hold off until noon, I can definitely get this field done in 15 minutes. And yes, you can harvest in the rain, but the yield goes down quite a bit. I don't know how much. I never tested it myself to see how much the crop yield will go down in the rain. But I think someone once told me when I mentioned this before that they saw someone do a test and the yield goes down quite a bit. So I would avoid harvesting in the rain. And most of the rain I've seen, because I only play 1 day per month, most of the time when I see rain it only lasts like an hour or two, but today it's going to last for 6 hours. Of course I can always harvest in the dark at nighttime because these things do come with lights, but I tend not to do much farming in the nighttime because it's not as much fun for the viewers, you guys, to watch a video when you can barely see just a few meters in front of me. Just have that feeling that I'm going to get just near the end and it's going to start raining. But if it does, oh well, we got 95% of the field done. And I will get all the missing crops that Frank kind of goofed up on. But not if it's raining. I want to make sure we get the max yield that we can. And we got enough corn, as I said, in the trailer, so the grain mill will have plenty to work on in the next 6 hours, so at least the process will have started. So I'm happy about getting all the harvesting done before the rain hit. Like I said, I'm going to go around this headland and take care of this. Probably going to waste more diesel than what I'm going to get for a yield, but I want to see how much corn we got off this. Well, that's kind of what I thought would happen. I didn't get far, and yeah, the rain is here. Maybe kind of hard to see, it's a droplet here and there, but I think once the rain starts, it just automatically lowers the yield down to what the game thinks it should be, because I don't know, light rain, heavy rain, I don't know if that matters, but I'll just go ahead and get the rest of the crop later on in the evening after the rain stops. So let's dump the rest of this corn into the trailer. We'll cover this up, bring this on down to the grain mill, and turn on the cracked corn production. Then we'll have a look at the fuel refinery, see how that's getting along, although I'm pretty sure it's got more than enough in it to last a month and a half. Turn on the beacons here. Well, so far 72,736 liters of corn. Maybe 1,000 liters more of corn on the headlands. Be about it. Any cars coming? Because usually there is one. Well, while it's raining in between episodes, what I'll probably do is gather up all my equipment that's around. I still got the root crop harvester down in the southeast corner, along with the John Deere and the plow. I don't know. No, it looks like Francesca is still picking up stones, which could be a little bit mucky at this point. But the only thing left I'm going to do this month is finish up the corn harvest and maybe get the rest of the straw bales picked up after it's done raining. Then we can move to the month of November, which is, I'm really hoping, selling a lot of diesel fuel and getting to the grass fields. We'll buy ourselves a tedder, make some hay for the sheep, for hay bales. And dump that on in, please. Thank you. And by the time I get down to the production, we should have enough in there. Let's see here. Cracked corn is what we want. Let's go ahead and activate that, please. So we're all set. We're still making wheat into flour. We still got 82,000 liters of wheat to go. And November, I believe, is the time to sell the flour. Am I mistaken on that? That says January, actually. I thought it was November. The eggs are in November, right? Yeah, November for the eggs. Anything else in November? All right, so if the best price is actually in January, then that processing might be done by then. Sheep's milk in October, although I don't have that much because we just sold it. And the compost, well, we're slowly building up on. Let's go up and have a look at the cut sugar beet here. Yeah, we still only processed about 20,000, but I've been playing at one-time speed, and it's only been like an hour. So it's going to take a little bit of a while, but yeah, we're already starting to pile up some pig food, which is good. Speaking of, I don't remember what their feed looks like. Plenty of straw. Yeah, they got plenty of feed to get by another month, and that's about it. Actually, I probably will have to feed them before I go to bed, because if I sleep through the night, I bet they'll run out of food. And we don't have any pigs over 1,000, but we got a couple. We got 10 pigs here that are close to 1,000. We got 50 pigs here that are $925. So another month or two, these would be worth quite a bit. But now that we'll have the pig food, we should be all set in that sense. And speaking of all set, I think we're all set for this episode. And yeah, all set for really all of our crop harvesting other than the grass. Just got to pick up some stuff move some stuff around, start washing some stuff up, start getting ready for the winter months, which we breeze through and sell all of our wonderful products. But yeah, we still got the grass fields to go, as I said, and we'll be taking care of that next episode. But that's going to do it for today, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. I'll catch you again right here in East Vineland. But until then, have a good one.